go on to the next without further ado. The next one is Ludmila. Where are you? She is excited. Like that. Two minutes are here, and we will start.
Right now?
As soon as you start talking.
Okay. With 2 minutes are here. Okay. So I would like to start with my pitch with a story of Susan. Susan is 25 and she's an Austrian citizen. And she believes, as many others in this country, that gender inequality is not really a problem. Until a few months ago, when Susan actually had a job interview. And after 2 hours of intense interviewing, they were about to shake hands and seal a deal, when suddenly her potential employer asked her to go to his hotel room across the street. And that's a crucial point in this story, because it's the point when Susan realized that she wasn't judged on her skills, on her qualifications, neither on her fitness for the job. And all the women here in this room, at one point in your life, you'll realize that gender will be an obstacle for you to get a job, to get a promotion, or to get a leadership position. So that's why WISE wants to be a part of the solution of this problem. We want to create concrete projects involving both men and women to work together on gender equality. And we are focusing on international security, but not only. So these projects will be focused on setting up benchmarks and concrete indicators that are very key in this area. And organizations are going to be assessed based in 3 areas. So the first area is going to be equal pay for equal work. The second area will be the promotion and recruitment. And the third one, it will be the leadership development. These projects will be research validated, which means that we will use research as the main tool to assess a company and then find out 1 or 2 the main areas that need to be addressed. And these projects will create an open innovation in your workforce. So you deserve it because you are 50% of this population.
Thank you so much. We will start with, not you, good. With Laszlo. You were just like,
do I understand correctly that you are kind of auditing companies and they pay for these audits? So actually the big companies, for example, is your customer pay for this kind of audit?
Yeah, I would call it more like consulting. So yeah, I guess like you can call it auditing as well, but it's more like a consulting. Did I answer your question?
So the company pays itself for
yes,
the services.
Yeah, so basically
it's a project-based service business.
Yes, that's correct.
Any more questions for Marcus?
How could this become like a scalable startup? Because I mean, of course, gender equality is important, and of course, you could do some projects there. But you would do this like many other consultants, and from my point of view, the main difference to like a scalable startup is that you would be able to scale it fast on an international level, and that don't see this here, at least now. Maybe you want to elaborate on this.
Well, right now, if you're like we did our research on what right now you have, like we have so many like organizations or entities that are saying that it is a problem, but when you look deeper, they don't have benchmarks, they don't have concrete measures. Sometimes they have some leadership programs, but they don't have any measurable indicators. So how do you know that a mentorship program that you actually set up at your company works or not? You know, like most of the things that you see, it's only for check, but what the main problem is that like there are no benchmarks and there are no indicators to measure it in the long term. If I did answer what your question.
Partly because like if men and women get the same salary, of course it's measurable. Even without your involvement, it's measurable today. every company can measure whether they get the same salary.
Yeah, the salary, yes, if it's transparent. Not always it's allowed to, depending, not it's, when it's transparent, you can like actually measure the position and if it's like equal work for equal pay.
Gotcha.
Do we have any last question? Lisa.
So did you already do some projects, or what stage are you in at the moment? And what are the next steps, and what do you?
Okay, we are at the very, very beginning. We already have some projects. So one of maybe it was to bring some women to the European Forum Alba and to set up a mentorship program for them to network in Alba better. It's still a male-dominated environment. And another project we have with UN Office for Development Affairs, and they have a project on women and their trainership, specifically in the international security. So we are working with them to like help them implement these programs, which are training programs. And we have a couple of other projects. We are very beginning, so I guess what we really need is money. Like I would have loved to, to pay for 20 women to go to Alba and actually enjoy their full experience. But it's not that easy because like we were trying to target like private sponsors and everyone said, oh, it's really great, but we didn't know what it's a male-dominated environment and so on. And the next point I think it will be to finally actually target a corporation or organization and being able to set up concrete measures and work with them to do the assessment, to assess their policies and practices when it comes to equal opportunity and gender equality, and identify one or two areas and see what can be done, what are the measures that are implementable and manageable in the long term.
Perfect, because the time is up. So please give it up for